Hi YouTubers! Today I got a request from JlovesJuicy26 and her request was on if I could do a video on how to apply blush. Now I know that seems kind of silly, oh how do you apply blush, but no questions are silly because I have a friend in her 30s that asked me the same question about 2 weeks ago. So I was kind of happy. I was like, oh, no matter what age you are, you know, you're never too old, too young to learn something. But I'm going to show Juicy and everyone on YouTube, if you're, you know, wanting to know how to apply blush, my way on how I do and a couple of tricks here and there. So, I mainly use bronzer versus blush. I don't use too much blush. I'm a bronzer head. But, let me just show you for today. I'm using CoverGirl blush. And this is in 148 Natural Rose. Versus I use Milani bronzer in medium brown number 2, and one of my other favorites is MAC bronzer in golden bronze, and I just happen to like Revlon Skin Lights Face Illuminator, and the reason why I like this is because if you open it up you have a brush that comes with it, and then if you take the top lid off you have the powder in there, and it's great because if you have too much or too little, it goes back into the holes. I just love this container, you know, the idea of how this was made up. So, let's get started. Also, before we start applying the blush or the bronzer, there's different brushes. I particularly like kabuki brushes, which are these, right? This is Eco Tools, my favorite brushes right now. I've been using them for as long as they came out, are the Eco Tool brushes. And this is a regular kabuki brush. And a blush brush. My friend recently gave me this. It's a Hong Kong, it's from Hong Kong, so it's a brush set. And over here, if you could see, this would be, the biggest one is the blush brush, and the one next to it, the second biggest one, would be a foundation brush. So, we're going to be using a couple of these brushes today. And, oh... Okay, well, I guess this is what you get for buying cheap stuff. Guess we won't be using this today, or maybe we will be. This is included in our special bloopers edition. Okay, this might be a new blush brush. Alright, so I guess we'll just put that back in there. So to do your cheeks now, like I said, I'm going to take the CoverGirl one, and this, I don't know, this bloopers brush, which is really falling apart on me. I don't like the brushes that come with the CoverGirl because they don't get enough surface area covered versus the big fat blush brushes. So you're just going to get some on here. Make sure to tap the excess off because if you go apply this directly, you're going to get one blob in one center, and either you're going to have to get makeup remover and remove it all out and start all over, or it's not going to blend out too good. So you're going to make what I called a shocked fishy face, like I'm in shock but I'm also trying to be a fish. Yeah, and the reason why you're doing that is to bring out your bones here, your cheekbones here, and you're going to go like in a V. This is how I explain how I do it. So like this. And up, like up and down. And you put some more, depending on how dark you want to go. And you do it to the opposite side. It's going all over the place, the powder. Woo! Yeah, so continue that to the achieved amount of color that you want. And bring it up. Try to bring it all the way up here. But keeping that face, that fishy, shocked face. I know it looks silly. So keep doing that until you like the amount of blush you have on. Then I call that the C zone. You know, I don't know if that's kind of considered contouring, whatever. The next one I do is called the 3 zone. Which, again, apply some blush on your brush. See it? Apply some brush. And then you're going to do, I'm sorry, I'm looking through a mirror. It's really hard to show you. Your temple here, that's part 1. Your cheek here, that's 2. And then your jawline here, which is 3. So basically the 3 zone. 1, 2, and then 3. And you do that on the other side. Get some more blush. Switch over. Your temple is 1 right here. 2 is your cheekbone here. And then 3 here is your jawline. So that's how I do that part. Then I do my T-zone, which basically is a T here. And once again, more blush on there. And you're just going to go back and forth here on your forehead. Bring it down to your, a little bit on your nose, and then onto your chin here. Rub it back and forth. And that's the T-zone. And then you're going to need a smaller brush for the next one. So you don't have to do this, but a lot of drag queens and Arabic makeups, you know, even models use this little simple trick technique. You're going to whip out either the small brush that came with the your blush set, or if you could find any small brush that you have, you put some blush on. This next step is just to make the small the nose small and sleek here, if you have a big nose like I do because I'm Italian and we have big schnozzes. So you're just going to go over here in the center. For this, I recommend like a brown type of blush. This is more on the pink side. So I guess I would whip out my bronzer, although I don't recommend anything minerally or bronzy type to do the 3 zone or the nose, because it's going to give too much of a pearly sheen effect. Bronzer is more good on the cheeks. I don't suggest it on the jawline here or on your neck, which we're going to talk about next. So if you could just get some sort of brown on your brush. For now, I am going to use the bronzer. I am going to cheat because I don't have brown blush on me right now. I'm using the Milani one. You're just going to go on the sides of your nose here. Right here. And what this does is that it makes the nose slimmer and smaller. Don't put too much because you don't want to show a heavy harsh line. And you know, at the end, try to blend everything out. And then, like I was talking about before, the neck here, the end zone, I'm going to call it, you're going to go back to your big blush brush, or your kabuki brush. You're going to get some blush, and you're just going to go up and down here, and even on your sides here and here. So 1, 2, and then 3. And that's basically how I do my blushes and bronzer. Also, here's another trick. If you're just looking to give your cheeks a rosy color, my cheeks are always rosy and just pink, and if you just want to give a hint of color here, just on the chubby part of your cheeks here, you could do like a Raggedy Ann type of effect that I call it. Once again, put your blush. Don't go too heavy on this, but if you just want to give a hint of color, just in the circle here, right in the center. Just a little bit. And that gives just a little hint of color just to the chubby part of your cheeks here. Also, if you don't have any blush and you have a red lipstick or a pink lipstick, this can also be substituted as blush. So I have e.l.f. lipstick in Posh, and you take a little bit either on your finger, you dip some on your finger or on a brush, and you put some in your cheeks here. Put as much as you like. Just put a little hint of color. Take your brush and try to run it out or rub it out a little bit, or use your fingers and try to give just a little bit of hint of color. Also, if you don't have the brown that we were talking about before, like a brown type of can't talk, you can use like a brown eyeshadow, just very lightly, to give yourself some color. Also, you don't have to buy expensive blush, because in my opinion, you don't need, blush is really not that important in the makeup look. What should be more important is the eyes and the lipstick. So you can buy cheap blush. You don't have to buy expensive blush, because all it is basically just a little bit of hint of color here, and you can just whip out lipstick, even eyeshadow to substitute if you don't have any blush or bronzer. So yeah, I hope this little tutorial helped you guys, and JlovesJuicy26, I hope you watched this and you enjoyed it. If you guys have any more requests, I'm just a click away, so click my button and, you know, comment, rate, hate, subscribe. Thanks to everyone that's subscribing. Thank you for your messages. Send me messages, talk to me. I love yous all. I love when you guys talk to me. It's awesome. So yeah, let me know if you guys want any more videos, and I hope this little tutorial on how I do my blush and bronzer helped you guys out, as well as JlovesJuicy26. Love you guys. I just want to thank JlovesJuicy26. Thanks for your request, and I hope everybody goes and subscribes to her. She's really cute and adorable. Check her out, and everyone, thank you as well for subscribing to me, and stick around for more videos.